Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Mass Effect 2 finale with me, Get Daved. Alright, cool. Like this angle a little bit more. And let's get something a little bit more reliable at range. Alright, I was definitely not convinced about the rifle before, but I am starting to appreciate it. I don't love how far forward I am. I'm not going to advance. Grunt, I question why you're standing there, but you follow your heart. It's not perfect, but the AI is a lot better than in Mass 1. Oh. Good work, team. Thermal clips, anyone? We gotta save that.
I'll put them down.
Not exactly how I planned it. And in. Uh-oh. Was really not counting on that last shot not doing it, but my teammates had my back. Yeah, a big part of why we've got these guys with them is also we don't have their loyalty. Well, I guess we don't have anyone's loyalty anymore.
This is it. All the tubes lead to this spot. Edie, what can you tell us? What are they doing?
Keep an eye on them.
The tubes are feeding into some kind of superstructure. It is emitting both organic and non-organic energy signatures.
So, heat.
It must be massive.
And effective.
If my calculations are correct, the superstructure is a Reaper.
Not just any Reaper.
A human Reaper.
A human Reaper.
Precisely.
Making the Terminator.
It appears the collectors have processed tens of thousands of humans.
Our genetic destiny.
Required to complete the Reaper.
Our salvation through destruction.
Edie, any suggestions on how we take it out?
Negotiation. Oh.
The fluid are a weak structural link. Destroying them should cause the supports to collapse and the Reaper to fall.
Also, it'll have less food.
We gotta take care of some old friends first.
More coming. To the right. Mind control. We are your genetic destiny. If I must tell you about
Got a backup grunt.
the fallen. This is true power.
Uh-oh. Please, ammunition. Yeesh, that's creepy. So I don't know why the Human Reaper looks different from all the other Cthulhu Reapers. I'm gonna say new branding guidelines for the Reaper Collective.
Shoot the damn tubes!
No, I wanted to hop over the thing. Doesn't explain why the materials are so strong. Because, you know, it takes a lot to kill these things.
Shepard to ground team. Status report.
Morton here. Under fire all sides. This location not sustainable.
It's okay, you got this.
Joker, prep the engines. I'm about to overload this place and blow it sky high.
Yeah, that was easy.
Commander, I've got an incoming signal from the elusive man. He's patching it through.
Shepard, you've done the impossible.
I still have to destroy the base.
Not necessary. I have a better option. I'm
Oh,
looking
yeah?
at the schematics Edie uploaded. A timed radiation pulse would kill the remaining collectors, but leave the machinery and technology intact.
We'll have to salvage.
Shepard, they were building a Reaper. That knowledge, that framework could save us.
It's not exactly portable. What are you suggesting?
Our best chance against the Reapers is to turn their own resources against them.
That doesn't seem to be working since our entire society's based on it.
This base is a gift. We can't just destroy it.
No matter what kind of technology we might find, it's not worth it.
Shepard, you died fighting for what you believed. I brought you back so you could keep fighting. Some would say what we did to you was going too far, but look what you've accomplished. I didn't discard you because I knew your value. Don't be so quick to discard this facility. Think of the potential.
Yeah, I'm actually of the opinion, a lot of people would think this is wrong, but we're doing pretty well against the collectors, and I think it is. Based on how they've almost hijacked the ship a couple times, it's just, we'll
fight and win without it. I won't let fear compromise who I am.
Yeah.
Shepard, think about what's at stake, about everything Cerberus has done for you.
Thanks, Grunt. Also, I just really don't see how this doesn't backfire. Remember that dead Reaper? Made everyone crazy.
Reactor overloads and blows this whole station apart.
That was easy. He's dubstepping. He's playing peekaboo with us. He's a baby. Yikes! Zoids! It's like offline my shields. What am I doing? This is what it's for. Yeah, you like that? Look how there's like eggs right there. Go for the optics! saw you. It's like he didn't activate till I shot at him. And then he just disappeared.
Stop firing at me, idiot!
Sorry. It's definitely getting harder to get the damage in there. Yeah, good idea. It's close.
My attacks will tear you apart.
Gotcha. What happened to Grunt? There we go. Is that Edie sending one to help us? The end of Grunt. No, that's all he had to give.
Commander! Come on, Shepard, don't leave me hanging. Do you copy?
I made
Here,
it.
Joker. Did the ground team make it?
No sign of them, Shepard. I guess they didn't make it.
Oh no, Tally. Time to run.
Human, you've changed nothing. Your species has the attention of those infinitely or greater. That which you know as Reapers are your salvation to destruction.
And each one of them a nation. Who's flying it?
Joker! Tell them!
You tell them. You're not doing this to me again.
Got to warn them. More are coming. Joker. Go.
Commander! Shepard!
Detonation in 15, 14, 13.
Time to run. Here for the mission. Why would you fly back? I don't care how cool it looks.
You have failed. We must find another way.
I think they were just using their in-system drives there. Well, mission accomplished. The golden path. We've ended the series on a perfect game.
Mr. Moreau, how is my ship?
Feels a little empty, sir.
Shepard leaves a considerable void. Losing the collector facility will handicap us going forward. He was always too idealistic. I had hoped he would see its potential to secure human dominance in the galaxy, against the Reapers and beyond.
I think that's why he did it, sir.
Still, he's given us time to address the greater threat.
But Shepard's dead.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do?
We go on. This was a victory. Humanity will persevere. We are nothing if not resilient. Your job is
Remarkably
complete,
flexible.
Moreau. You may return to Normandy to port.
Great.
There you go, everyone. It's considerably harder to get this ending. Jeez, that armrest. So does this count towards my death count? Joker and Edie, the only ones to make it. So the final mission, there's an upgrade you can put to the hull armor, the shield system, and the cannon. Each one of those saves a crew member. So you saw how Jack died because we didn't have hull armor upgraded. Should be Shepard looking at this that schematic. Crew dies if you don't send someone back with them. The person escorting the crew will die if they're not loyal. What else? You need to send a loyal tally or legion through the vents. I think they're ideal. Or you just have to have the right person reading the fire team, which would be... I think Miranda, she may or may not need loyalty. Otherwise, loyal Jacob, loyal Garrus are good for leading the distraction team. For the biotic thing, I could be wrong about this. No, you need a loyal Miranda or a loyal Samara to be, or a loyal Jack if she's still alive. Rob Blake from the LA Kings. You need them to lead. To generate the biotic field, and then you need someone good leading the fire team. Loyal or non-loyal Miranda, or Jacob, or I think Garrus. A loyal Zaid might have been okay for one of those other teams. Anyway, those will make all the people survive up to that point, and then what happens is everyone has a defense score. And how hard are they to kill score. The people you leave behind to hold the line, they need to have really high defense scores. I picked everyone who had a 0. So if people are loyal, they go up a point. If they have a defense score of 2, they can hold their own. So Tally and Morden are 0, and they bump up to a 1. Because they're just not durable, right? Grunt and Zaid and Garrus, they're the 3s and a 4. 3s that can bump to 4s. And then everyone else is a 1 or a 2. Kasumi, if you have her, she's at the 0 level as well. Because you need tanks. And if the team has a really high defense score, then they can protect everyone. I guess a lot of people have Morden die on that, so they use a loyal Morden to escort the team back. You don't have to do that. If you just have enough tanks, they'll protect everyone. The first time I did this mission, only one person died, and it was Miranda. She was the only person. I lost her loyalty the same way you saw in this. And I took her with me because I thought, I have one person who doesn't have loyalty. I'll keep an eye on them, and that's what kills them, actually. If you have non-loyal people with you at the end, they die. And then to kill Shepard, hey, Westborg. Ontario sucks. He hangs out with the Desert Bus for Hope people, loading ready run. Anyway, if everyone is dead, then you need someone, when Shepard slips, you need someone else to catch him. Because Joker couldn't do it by himself, right? So one other person, anyone, has to be alive. So, but I didn't do that. So I didn't do that because I was trying to lead you on the golden path. Not everything went according to plan and how I played through the game. I kept very careful tabs on the order I was doing the missions and everything. So we can end on this. This amazing song, a great final mission. Imagine how cool it would feel hearing this song while everyone lived and the collectors threw wave after wave and they just bounced off you. Because everybody you were using to their fullest potential, you did the conversation stuff, you played the game, you got to know everyone. You know what they are great at. And you're playing to everyone's strengths. And this suicide mission, which could lead everyone dead, lead everyone to their doom, instead, they're just rock solid and it all fails to hurt them and they come away unscathed. Be pretty cool. But this way, this is how the game ends. So I think I mentioned it, but one of my buddies did 3 rounds of QA on this game, so he's in the credits a few times. If you're familiar with the only video online that shows my face, he's in that as well. Hey, speaking of which, anyway, I just did the Mass Effect 1 replay, which was my first time playing the game in years. I don't even have my Xbox 360 anymore. I just gave it to a friend. And Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 with it. But I kind of got wondering. And it had been like 5 years since Caliber did his Let's Play, so I thought, alright, maybe I'll do it. And yeah, on paper I like ME1 better, but there's something about Mass Effect 2 being so much more than the sum of its parts. There's just a little touch up here, a little touch up there. It's not all better. I can see I had a couple people who were hating it pretty hard in the comments section. If you play a power class, I think it's special thanks to Jennifer Hale again. If you're playing a power class like Engineer, I really, quite frankly, Soldier and Vanguard are a lot better than all the others, I think. But anyway, but the polish, the refinement of the formula, some sort of sideways steps, thermal clips, in the desktop version, you just miss so much less that it's not really a problem. I did think I would have liked to see a more middle of the road thing where as long as you have thermal clips, you can avoid your weapon overheating like it did in ME1. And if you don't have a thermal clip, you can get one round and then it's going to overheat. So you're going to basically have a really long reload time. I think that would have been a bit better. But again, these are nitpicks for what was a really good game, really held up. And it makes what happened to the series so bad. But Casey Hudson's back at BioWare. I think he learned from what happened with ME3 and what happened with Andromeda from afar. And apparently they're working on stuff again. So November 7th is in about 6 months. Maybe we'll hear something on N7 Day. In the meantime, thanks for watching this Let's Play. I had a lot of fun doing it. This game I remember liking it, but it's it just held up so well. It's really great, and I never in a million years thought I would think that I would feel that way about a shooter, because they never meant anything to me. But I mean, they finally made. We got to do this to skip the automatic cutscene. They finally made a shooter that would be more than it, because at this time in game history, like online play, I mean, Halo was about to start doing great things, but online play was just playing Slayer over and over. So it's like, just shoot someone, die, respawn, shoot, die, respawn, shoot. Like, wasn't interesting, and that sort of like spread from the multiplayer to single player as well, because I don't know. And they just did something really innovative, and I don't think BioWare had done a shooting game before of any sort. Not first person, not third person, barely games with ranged weapons in them. And yet, here we are. Wow. Thanks, BioWare. Get back on your horse. Free yourselves from EA, or free yourselves from Frostbite, or just keep modding that thing until you make it capable of making a good game. I think Dragon Age Inquisition was good enough that I think a lot of people thought Frostbite was workable for a good BioWare game, and it just seems to be poison. Look what they can do with the Unreal Engine. Wouldn't the loss of royalties be offset by increased sales, EA? Think about it, Patrick. Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. I had a wonderful time. This is the best BioWare game they have made. Like, they have not made a better BioWare game since this. Which isn't damning praise, but perhaps disappointing. And Mass Effect 3 is pretty good until it tapers off a little bit at the end. A lot. Enough for me to kill everyone to save you from seeing it. This is how the trilogy ends for us, everybody. The trilogy ends in 2 parts, and Joker stops the Reapers. That's the headcanon we'll use. I'll rant a little longer. Here's what happens in Mass Effect 3. Remember, I want you to trust me. The Reapers come, and it's looking really bad, and they're attacking. Shepard's getting his team. There's a couple new characters, a couple familiar faces. You see some people's faces finally. You get the band together. There's no cheap MacGuffin. There's no crucible. There's no magic plot device that's going to save us based on Prothean. It's everyone. Shepard does things kind of like the loyalty missions. He alternates between fighting off Reapers and doing loyalty missions, but earning the allegiance of entire races. And the galaxy is generally being still forced back, but Shepard's getting faith from entire civilizations now, rather than just individuals. He's applying what he's learned about all the people he's worked with, the diverse group of people he's worked with. We're seeing that unity can be a strength, and a climactic final battle starts happening at Earth. There's no anime stereotypes messing around with the plot either. There's no idiots with katanas fighting in an era of kinetic shields, biotic powers, and mass manipulated bullets. There's no one like that. The Age of the Sword did not stand up well to the era of gunpowder. And they know that. So there's none of that. I don't care what rumors you've heard. Climactic battle at Earth. You see a lot of damage from the Reapers, but Earth isn't so burnt to a crisp that you can't see the kernel of hope. If you romanced Tali in Mass Effect 2 or started the events in motion, you can finish things off in Mass Effect 3. You get a date with whatever character you romance in ME3, and a lot of people were bummed out because Tali's the one exception, but you do get her a planet if you play your cards right, because the Geth and the Quarians are reconciled, and this is all from the game, actually. And the Quarians can return to their home world. You get a picture of Tali. A lot of people were really bummed out on that you didn't get to see her like take her mask off or whatever. It's tricky. That one's a tricky balance because like you want to balance pleasing the crowd too much. To a certain extent, I think crowds do and don't want to be pleased. Like, you consider what's happened with Game of Thrones, for example. Once the TV series got ahead of the books, some of the brutality disappeared and it started settling into more traditional epic storytelling. And you can tell the writers they don't have the guts to brutally kill off certain people. You can tell, like, some of the heroes are starting to get plot immunity and entire armies will get wiped out, but the heroes will still survive for the most part. They'll kill a few, they'll do a couple token killings, but not like there's no red wedding anymore, right? And to a certain extent, that's what people want, because all these characters, almost all of them are loved on some level. You know, people don't want Tyrion to die. But people kind of want Tyrion to die, because part of what made the show great is this brutality. So with Mass Effect 3, and like, for example, I'm just picking Tali's helmet as an example, but like, yeah, it would have been super cool if like they got back to her home world and her immune system adapted and she could play the rest of the game with her hood down. If you like did all these things, that would have been neat. I think people would have liked that. I thought that the picture that they gave was it, because yeah, if you romance her, she'll take her helmet off and you get a picture of her on her home world, just no suit on, just bare face, and all you have is a picture. And people got upset about that, and I thought, you know what, that's okay. You don't have to give everyone everything they want, because people don't want to be spoiled. People want to be judiciously accommodated. You know? It's just like I feel, and why I did this for Mass Effect 2. If a game, if a party, if anything goes on to the point where everyone feels like they had just the right amount, you went too far, actually. It wasn't just the right amount. It was a little too much, because everyone should leave a little hungry. We should do this again sometime. I would like to replay this game. I hope they make another Mass Effect. No one said that after 3. Well, people said, I hope they make another Mass Effect, but maybe not with the right intonation. Hope they make another Star Wars. Hope they make another Episode 8. Anyway. The Golden Path version of ME3 is going to end with the attack on Earth. In similar fashion to Mass Effect 2, Shepard and his allies command the different races to work together, playing to their strengths, and in a mission that could result in the extinction of all life. The Quarians rely on their tech savvy, the Asari on their biotics and their advanced tech, the Turians on their boldness in battle, the Krogans on their, rough physical discipline, holding off ground forces of Reapers. Everyone bands together. Shepard goes in to the Citadel to, maybe it doesn't have to be the Citadel, but has a final confrontation with the Reapers, destroys them all. And there's no non-consensual changing the nature of all life in the universe. There's no weird hijacking. It all just works out. Or maybe he figures out a way to negotiate peace. Maybe he reaches a certain point, because Shepard was always this interesting, potentially messianic figure at the end of ME2. He's partially synthetic now. He has a robot spine. He has machines that have helped restore him. He could bridge a gap. And the Reapers have a sort of fascination with him, we're discovering. Maybe he can find a common ground. I don't know. But that's how we're going to say the series ends. And I hate fanficky stuff and revisionists and what I think should have happened, but in this case, we're just going to have to imagine that's how the trilogy ended, because, sadly, this is where it ends. The Golden Path, everyone. Disaster averted. No Andromeda. No ending of 3. Thank you for watching, everyone. See you in the next Let's Play.
Confirm pre-service history.
Alright. So this changes some dialogue throughout the game. Are we a military brat? At the age of 18, oh boy, that guy never thought for himself. A small border colony in the Attican Traverse where I of course know where it is. Whoa! Okay. I'm going with colonist
Psychological
so that we can pair it with war hero. I'm sorry, this is really horrible. I usually take Soul Survivor, so I just like the idea that joining Team Shepard is maybe... You don't have to stick your head out like that, Garrus.
There were too many of them.
No sign of them, Shepard. I guess they didn't make it.
Not the best idea.
Confirm military specialization.